After studying this module, you shall be able to know the potential of enzymes in therapeutics, learn about the successes enzymes have shown in treatment of cancer, immunodeficiency diseases, and even the infectious diseases. Know about how enzymes are sent to their desired site. Enzymes can be used for treatment purposes. Enzymes have been used in treatment of cancer, genetic diseases, blood clotting, and even heart attacks. They have been also applied as digestive aids when digestive system has any insufficiency. Many enzymes are being tested for their probable potential in therapeutics. Main challenge to using enzyme therapy requires its targeted delivery to the site of action. Thus, this module also presents how they can be made to act at the desired site of action, leaving the normal cells unaffected. Now, let's move on to potential of enzymes in therapeutics. Administration of enzymes for therapeutic purposes is nowadays being excessively approached for treatment of various diseases. The trials and successes have been in the field of per se cancer, dissolving the blood clots, and even the genetic deficiency diseases. The first enzyme drug which was used was human tissue plasminogen, which is used to dissolve the clots and even treat the heart attacks. We can look at this figure which basically summarizes the various potential uses of enzyme therapy. The therapeutic enzymes can be used to cure the genetic diseases. They can be even used to cure the clotting disorders and the infectious diseases. Its potential has also been used in the treatment of cancer. Now let's look at few successes in which enzyme has been proved good in therapeutics. Let's look at treatment of genetic deficiency diseases. Number of genetic diseases are known whose underlying molecular basis is basically our enzyme deficiency. Any person afflicted with deficiency of an enzyme, let's say in cholesterol metabolism, is advised to have a diet which is low in cholesterol to basically minimize the harmful effect of that defect. The best treatment which can be given to such a patient is to suggest to fulfill what is basically missing in that person. So what we can do is to insert a gene that codes for a deficient enzyme in the person's chromosome. So from this gene you are going to have the mRNA, from the mRNA you are going to have the protein or the enzyme which is missing from it. The most important aspect of enzyme therapy is to deliver the enzyme at the site where it is required. For example, if we are having a deficiency in the lysosomal enzyme, so that can only be treated if the enzyme can be delivered to the lysosomes where its function is basically required. So it is not just the delivery of the enzyme into the patient, but the targeted delivery of the enzyme what is required for the success of enzyme therapy. So one of the finest examples to understand enzyme therapy is in the treatment of what is known as a severe combined immunodeficiency, which is termed as SCID, in which what happens is the immune system which is basically which possesses the fighting capability towards the invaders, bacteria, viruses which keep infecting us. That immune system of the patient body is basically severely dysfunctional. So one of the reasons for SCID or this immunodeficiency is the deficiency of ADA, this ADA enzyme is adenosine deaminase. Its deficiency is responsible for SCID. So what does this ADA do is, this adenosine deaminase breaks down a toxic substance which is deoxyadenosine and does not let it accumulate in the body. So a person who is deficient in adenosine deaminase cannot break down this substance, and this toxin basically accumulates in the body, thus weakening the immune system. This is deoxyadenosine, which is getting converted into deoxyinosine by adenosine deaminase. So once a deamination occurs, adenosine gets converted into a inosine. So what happens is, when you have a normal cell, this ADA is going to sit onto the deoxyadenosine and get it converted into deoxyinosine, which is not a toxic substance. However, the patients with SCID or those who are having a deficiency in adenosine deaminase enzyme, what happens in them is, because of insufficiency or not at all presence of adenosine deaminase, this deoxyadenosine keeps accumulating in the body. Now this deoxyadenosine, what it does is, it basically goes and inhibits the enzyme ribonucleotide reductase. Now what is the job of this ribonucleotide reductase is that it is going to convert the ribonucleotides to deoxyribonucleotides. So by the inhibition of RNR or ribonucleotide reductase, what happens is that there is no formation of other DNTPs which is there. It is only the DATP which is going to be formed from deoxyadenosine, which gets accumulated in these patients. So because of excess of deoxyadenosine, it is phosphorylated in the cells to obtain deoxy DATP, and the other DNTPs are not formed. Because of the other DNTPs not forming, what is going to happen is that the DATP accumulates, and because of the absence of other DNTPs, what is going to happen is that the DNA synthesis is going to shut down, the cell cycle is going to stall, and it results in the apoptosis. Now this apoptosis severely affects the B and T cells because they are rapidly proliferating cells. If they are rapidly proliferating cells, they require excess of DNA synthesis, so they are the ones which are severely affected. So what is going to happen is, the rapidly proliferating B and T cells are not able to proliferate rapidly, as a result of which these B and T cells are basically the fighters in our body. If they are not able to fight against the invaders, what is going to happen is our immune system will be weakened, and it results in a situation which is SCID. The ADA enzyme, if injected into an individual, it is cleared up from the bloodstreams. Best enzyme therapy for SCID disorder would be to give the enzyme in the DNA form, so that from the DNA we obtain the mRNA in the cells, and from the mRNA we are going to obtain the ADA enzyme in the cells. So this is how enzyme therapy has helped us to cure one of the diseases, which is SCID. The enzyme replacement therapy has also shown success using glucocerebrosidase, and it is used to basically treat the Gaucher's disease, which is a lysosomal storage disease, also known as LSD. This was two examples we have seen for enzyme therapy. Let's look at how enzyme therapy has shown success in treatment of even cancer. So asparaginase is one of the enzymes which basically lacks in various acute lymphocytic leukemia patients. So what happens is, this acute lymphocytic leukemia patients or ALL patients, which is basically the cancer of a type of white blood cells which circulate in our blood. So this asparaginase is used to basically treat the leukemia patients. How it happens is, asparaginase basically catalyzes the hydrolysis of non-essential amino acid, asparagine to aspartic acid. It is basically a deamination reaction, so a ammonia molecule is released. So asparagine gets converted into aspartic acid plus ammonia. Now what happens is, the normal cells can synthesize this non-essential amino acid asparagine, but cancer cells lack an enzyme which is known as the asparagine synthase. So only source from which they can extract out this asparagine is to obtain it from the bloodstream. Now for the treatment of cancer patient, if asparaginase enzyme is given, it will reach the bloodstream, it will dissolve, or not dissolve per se, but it is going to convert all of the asparagine present in blood into aspartic acid and ammonia, as a result of which asparagine will not be left out for the cancerous cell, and these cancerous cells won't be able to synthesize the proteins and hence die upon asparaginase treatment. Now these enzyme treatments are given along with the chemotherapy. So this is one of the finest examples of enzymes being used in therapy. This table basically enlists many of these important enzymes which are in use in therapeutics. We can look at it is even serving as an anticoagulant. It is even used for treatment of clotting disorders by providing factor 9 or 8. Asparaginase, which we just heard of, can be used in treatment of certain types of cancer. DNase is required or can be given for the treatment of cystic fibrosis. Gaucher's disease, which is a lysosomal disorder, glucose cerebrosidase can be given for this. And as we mentioned before the introduction, it can even be used for the digestive aids, which is lactase, pepsin, papain, which is basically going to digest of the food for you. So it is not just that the enzymes are only supposed to be given through the intramuscular or the intravenous route. You can even have it even orally or even inhale those. So some enzymes can even be given orally. For example, pancreatic enzymes including lipases. Lipases would be which are going to digest the lipids. Amylases, which are going to digest the starch, and the proteases, which digest the protein. So a cocktail of lipases, amylases and proteases can be given to the person who is insufficient to digest their food. So pancreatic insufficiency is generally seen in many of the pancreatic cancer and even in cystic fibrosis. Even the enzymes can be inhaled. So inhalable enzymes can also be used for therapy. One of the enzymes, dornase alpha, removes the accumulated mucus which is present in the lungs of cystic fibrosis patients, which have basically the clogged lungs because of the accumulation of mucus. So this dornase alpha can be inhaled, and it is going to reach to the site of accumulated mucus, which is the lungs, and this accumulated mucus gets cleared up by this dornase alpha, which is provided through the inhalation route. Now this was a few of the successes of enzyme therapy. Let's look at how this can be used even for the treatment of damaged tissue after severe burns. Now what happens in case of a burn patient, that the skin burns basically need the replacement of the damaged skin. What should happen ideally is that the damaged skin should be replaced by the new skin. So enzymes like collagenase, fibrillase, and even the enzymes which are extracted out from pineapple extracts are used, and they have given good results in the treatment of burnt skin. So the job of this collagenase, fibrillase, and the other enzymes which are extracted from pineapple is to remove off all the damaged skin first before the new skin comes up. It is not just that the enzyme therapy requires a specific enzyme, but it should also reach to a specific location. Suppose, like a general example, if we are taking a medicine for headache, it should first reach to the head to manifest its effect. So it is not just the delivery of the enzyme to any location, it should be to a specific location, it should be a targeted delivery. So directed targeting should be used for enzyme therapy. Imagine a situation if to a cancerous patient, we just now studied the example of asparaginase. Suppose if to a cancerous patient asparaginase is being given. So it should only go and target the cancerous cell per se, not the normal cells. So how this discretion is made between a normal cell versus a cancerous cell. So let's look at one of the examples. An enzyme should reach to its site of action to mediate any of the therapeutic effect. In this regards, a term which is called as directed enzyme product therapy is being used. What is given to the patient is tumor specific antibody, which is conjugated to the enzyme conjugate, is perfused into our patient. So what is the job of this tumor specific antibody? It is going to recognize any of the protein, any of the molecule which is present on the only the tumor cell and not on the normal cells. Trust me, there are many such tumor specific antigens which are present, which are only present on the tumor cell, not even in slightest concentrations they are present on the normal cells. So this antibody, what it does, it is only going to target the cancerous cells or the tumor cells now. And to this site, enzyme is automatically going to reach just because it is linked to this particular antibody. So this is the complex which is perfused into the patient. It is tumor specific antibody along with the enzyme. Now this tumor specific antibody has basically localized this conjugate to a hypoxic tumor surface. Why we are calling it hypoxic? Because hypoxia means low oxygen concentration. Because cancerous cells show not the normal growth of cells, it is one cell being surrounded by cells on the all sides. So the cell at the center is going to basically face a low oxygen concentration. It is overgrowth of cells, so not all cells are going to receive oxygen molecules. So hypoxia exists in case of tumor site. So this conjugate, which is tumor specific antibody along with the enzyme, by virtue of tumor specific antibody antigen interaction, this conjugate reaches to the tumor site. Once it reaches to the tumor site, we can see in this particular figure that it is the antibody interaction with the red dot, which is the antigen present on the tumor site and not on the normal cells. Now why it is being called a prodrug? Prodrug is basically the substrate for the enzyme. So the enzyme at the location is going to act upon this prodrug, which is subsequently administered either orally or intravenously, so that it reaches the site where it is required. Now this prodrug as such is inactive. It is activated only near the hypoxic tumor and not at the normal oxygen concentrations. So this prodrug is activated by virtue of that this enzyme acts on it. This prodrug activation is also, remember, blocked in aerobic tissues, which are the normal tissues. So this enzyme acts on this prodrug. Prodrug serves as the substrate for this enzyme, and the activated drug which is formed now is basically the product which this enzyme has released. So this is how enzymes are specifically targeted to their location where they should be acting, and how a prodrug, which is substrate for the enzyme, getting converted to a drug which is basically the product of the enzyme. Now this drug acts at the site where it is required and doesn't act on the normal tissues. So this is with regards to how the targeted delivery can be done. To summarize, enzymes can be used for therapeutic purposes. Enzymes therapy has shown many successes in treatment of cancer, various deficiency diseases, and even as digestive aids. It can even be administered through the intravenous route, or orally, or even by inhalation. We also learnt about the targeted delivery of the enzymes.